What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show here on Better Sports Network, brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my handsome co-hosts, John Luke Garofalo and Joey Wright. What's up, guys?
What up?
Not a whole lot.
Joey, you should really look into covering your books with cabinets like JL does. It's just really clean and nice back
Is that what this behind JL is? All those
Full
books?
of books.
Just nothing
so
but
many
books.
books.
Well, guys, joining us today with only the best books and memorabilia behind him, we've got our great friend Mauricio Gutiérrez here with us. For those of you that do not know Mauricio, I'm so sorry that you've missed out for this long, but now's your opportunity to fix it. Mauricio is a fantasy football analyst over at NFL Fantasy and Espanol and Mundo NFL and for NFL Mexico, and he's the founder of Estadio Fantasy. And Mauricio, we are so glad to have you here with us today, my friend.
Amigos, I'm really happy to be back to Front Yard Fantasy. I love your shows. You know it. I'm always, every time I have time to be with you in the chat and to see your live shows, I'm there. I really love you guys and really excited to be here. I think I'm not the best Jeopardy player in the world, but who cares?
Good news for you, Mauricio. Neither are Simon and I.
Yeah,
yes.
I was telling them I got a reputation to uphold here, and that's one as a loser.
Yeah,
Grim fan is going to be disappointed if I start winning. Loser, idiot, and our friend Mauricio.
I may have curved the game very strongly towards our guest.
Okay, Joey, I didn't need to know that. Just let me win, and that's it.
Yeah. Why are you going to put him on blast like that?
Like, if we're going to guess only Mexican things, obviously it's going to be biased for me, of course.
I don't know, Mauricio. I'm half Chilean. I could be a dark horse here.
Okay, I like it.
I've been a couple times. I live nearby in South Texas.
That's true.
We got some people in the chat ready for today's show. Scott Fish in here saying, opening the page early today so I don't miss the pub trivia announcement. Well, Mr. Fish, you missed it yesterday, and we had pub trivia yesterday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, but it will be back next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So Monday at 8 p.m., download the BSN app. You can play along with us in there. We got Grim fan.
Scott.
What's up?
I said ask us next Tuesday, Scott.
Yeah, ask us on Tuesday. We got Grim fan in the chat saying, come on, sandwiches.
Come on, Grim.
We got Dustin down here. Welcome in, Dustin. Glad to have you in here. And he said, let's go. No clue who that is on the thumbnail, but excited for another hashtag Team Joey win today.
Dustin, I will not be winning today. I guarantee. But I won't lose either. So,
yeah.
We got Albert in the chat saying, hello, everyone. What's up, Albert? And Victor down here saying, happy Tuesday, bro, chachos. And this is the second Tuesday in a row I've seen Norbit thrown in there, and I've seen the movie Norbit, but I do not understand the Norbit reference. It's been probably 15 years since I've seen the movie Norbit. You just launched me back. Norbit.
Oh,
remember Norbit?
Yeah.
Norbit. Remember Norbit?
I just remember the water slide. That's all I remember from that movie.
It's so weird. I remember this being a great movie, but IMDb says 4.1 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like when I went back and watched The Adventures of Pluto Nash. And it wasn't the cinematic masterpiece that I remembered it being at 10 years old.
The Adventures of Bruno Mars?
The Adventures of Pluto Nash. But I think Bruno Mars was the sequel. We got Dave in here ready for today's game. What's up, Dave? And Grimfan says, team new look, Joey. We got Victor wondering where Adam B is. Adam B might make an appearance today. We'll see. I've heard he's doing all right, though. And we've got our friend Gemma in the chat saying, hola, chicos. What's up, Emma? Welcome in. Team Mauricio. You've got a cheering section. Joey's got a cheering section. And JL, nobody's cheering for us. Look, Mauricio's cheering section just keeps on growing.
Victor. Yeah, of course. People know.
Yema's my pumpkin
Mr.
spice
Stampers.
buddy. we drink pumpkin spice lattes in Vegas together.
Actually, we remember that moment last week because we have our batch from pumpkin spice. We are keeping it. We're only taste or only drink once a month probably. So we have pumpkin spice in our house. And we were remembering that moment in Vegas where we ordered at Starbucks a pumpkin spice in middle of, it was late February.
Yeah, we were both very excited.
Yeah.
Well, guys, Grim fan in here had a question for us. Said Grim's question for the day: How do you predict that Cowboys receiver Jalen Tolbert will perform in his second year after a disappointing rookie season? So, Mauricio, I want to throw this one to you first. Do you have any optimism for Jalen Tolbert going into his rookie year or his second?
Didn't sound like it.
No.
I was very optimistic last year with Jalen Tolbert because the opportunities, like there could be opportunities for him after Michael Gallup's injury and Amari Cooper gone. But I'm not enthusiastic about him this year. He didn't show anything at all. And now with Brandon Cooks, I don't know if it's going to be targets for him in this offense.
Joey, do you have any more optimism for Jalen Tolbert, or are you equally as
out? I think Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup are going to be the wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3s on this team. Yeah. And I really actually kind of like the role for Gallup to actually let him be that wide receiver 3 and not need to be dependent on as much. I think Gallup could actually have a really good season. And I think Brandon Cooks can have a nice little swan song as well, but I'm not expecting much out of Jalen Tolbert. He'll be on the field a couple times a game, more than a couple times, maybe like 20 snaps a game, but nothing more than that.
You might get a touchdown out of him if you have to throw him in as a flex play.
He won't like it, but he'll do it.
He'll do it. We got Dustin in here saying if Joey is hosting, then hashtag Team JL.
And then, okay, Dustin.
Like
no one voted for me, but someone did specifically not vote for me. So I got that going for me. So thanks, Grim.
With me as a guest, Simon, with me as a guest, you have opportunity to win this one. I don't know about JL, but with me as a guest playing Jeopardy, this is your moment, man.
It sounds like this is a race to the bottom. We'll see what happens. Scott Fish in here says Mauricio is the best, and then said what you and Jem are doing for the Spanish-speaking fantasy community is absolutely incredible. We couldn't agree more.
Actually, we are really excited to host the Mexico City live draft for the Scott Fish Bowl this year. We're probably going to have 3 leagues drafting live in Mexico City. It's amazing. The response from the community has been really, really increíble. Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Scott Fish, for letting us doing this.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. And if you've never been to Mexico City and you're wanting to do a live draft experience, get on down there. Mauricio's the bomb. That city is awesome. And Scott Fish Bowl live drafts are something I'm still going to experience FOMO on for yet another year. Dave in the chat. What's up, Dave? Welcome in, my friend. And Ladarius said, team, everyone has fun. Well, Ladarius, pick a side, Ladarius. Pick a side.
That's very much my wife. She has a T-shirt that's like says, "I hope both teams win." It's like, he could be. He does look pretty snuggly. I'm just gonna say that.
Mauricio, Victor wants to know when the draft is going to be in Mexico City. As he'll
that draft, it's going to be on July 15th. You have to go to scottfishbowl.com, sign up, and if you are going to be in July, you're more than welcome to hang with us.
Beautiful. Well, guys, today we brought Mauricio here to play a game that we call Fantasy Football Jeopardy. Joey put the game together for us, but before we get into that, a couple reminders. First and foremost, if you are not already following our guest Mauricio on Twitter, you need to go and fix that right now. You can find him on Twitter at Gutierrez NFL, and there's also a link to it below us in this video if you're watching on the BSN YouTube channel or on our Front Yard Fantasy YouTube channel. After you follow him, make sure you do that first. Head on back over to this video. And if you're on our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell to make sure you know when we go live each and every day at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then we got some exciting stuff coming up on BSN a little bit later today. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time with Howard Bender and Jim Bowden. You can listen to fantasy football legend Terry Holt on the Fantasy Alarm radio show. So that's going to be on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, channel 87 tonight at 7 p.m. Check out Howard Bender and Jim Bowden talking to Terry Holt. You guys ready to get into some Jeopardy?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Well, I'm going to explain the rules. Joey's going to explain the categories, and then we're going to get into today's game. The game is Fantasy Football Jeopardy. It's a lot like the popular TV show Jeopardy, but with an NFL or fantasy twist. Instead of, this isn't Wheel of Fortune. That's not how the rules go. Contestants are going to take turns answering questions, picking questions from the board. Whenever it's your turn, you will tell the host, Joey, which category and value you would like to answer. Get it right, you're going to add that amount of money to your score. Get it wrong, we're not taking it away, at least not yet. Now, there's one other twist that we have in this game. If you get your question right, you'll get to pick the category for the person that goes after you. So Mauricio,
Okay.
you are up first in this game. You're going to have free reign of the board. If you get that question right, you're going to get to tell JL which category he has to go to. He'll still get to pick his value, but you get to pick the category. We're going to go like this till we run out of time, run out of questions, or run out of patience for Joey's BS, at which point we will move into Final Jeopardy. This is the only question in the game where you can lose money. Joey's going to give us a category, and then we are going to write down a wager anywhere between 0 and the total amount you have earned so far. Get it right, you're going to add all that money to your score. Get it wrong, we're subtracting all of that money. Whoever has the most at the end of Final Jeopardy is our champion, and your Kohl's Cash will be faxed to you nice and crisp within 48 business hours.
Very
You guys
nice.
ready?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
Let's go.
And that's approximately 6 business days, I think we figured out.
So I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah, you should be. You should be, Joey. The categories in Spanish are awesome, man. Buen
This is as
trabajo.
far as the Spanish goes. Okay, so the categories today: Facio como unos dos tres. If you've watched FYF, it's simple as 1, 2, 3.
Nailed it, Joey.
Yeah.
Thanks, already. Mascots in Espanol. These will be mascots from the NFL teams, but we will have their Spanish names. So you have to tell us what it is. Bolsas de premios. That's grab bag. It could be anything
Nice.
at all. It translates to prize bag.
Yeah.
So Donde está Carson Wentz? Where in the world is Carson
Nice.
Wentz? And then
No one
NFL
knows?
in Mexico.
Cool.
So that will be so Donde está Carson Wentz? There'll be a picture of Carson Wentz somewhere. You tell us where he's at. And then NFL in Mexico. These are questions about the international series.
Okay.
That's it. So
We got some people in the chat ready for today's game. Victor said, just followed Mauricio on Twitter and can't wait for mascots in
It's
Espanol.
fun.
Gracias, Victor. Thank you.
Also, Grim wants to know, do we have to answer in Spanish? Maybe for some of the categories. The questions
Yeah.
will probably dictate it. We got
We'll
Craig in the chat. So sorry I'm late again. Got lost in prior Jeopardy show episodes.
Ooh.
Craig. Yeah,
He's
if you have
drawn
not
them.
seen Craig's FYF leaderboard records, go check them out. We'll throw them in the chat.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
It is
good stuff.
unbelievable to go check out those records. Mauricio, you'll be in those record books. We can find your past performances. He went through and tracked
Mhm.
every
Cool.
score from every game we've ever done.
Nice.
Unbelievable. Also, Ladarius down here saying definitely a top 5 episode of Jeopardy already.
Don't jinx it.
And Emma's excited. Said categories in Espanol. Awesome, Joey. That was awesome.
Thank
Mauricio, you are up first though. Joey's running this game. Whew.
Let's
Nervous.
go with mascots en español for 200.
That was
All
kind
right.
of you.
Bucaneros.
Bucaneros. So I have to say the team. It's Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the team it is.
Tampa Bay
it is.
Buccaneers.
Nice.
That is correct. That is the Buccaneers from Tampa
There you
Bay.
go.
I would have never gotten that one.
First try.
That was really tricky.
They get more difficult. I couldn't make them too hard though.
JL,
All right.
going to
Where we
send
going?
you a Donde está Carson Wentz category.
Donde está Carson Wentz? Let's go 300.
All right. Donde está Carson Wentz?
Canton, Ohio. Is that Keith back there? Yeah, it is.
That is. I was able to
I love
find a
Wow.
photo with Keith in the background.
Dirty Shirley, Keith. Stat.
Wow.
Stat. I got
So
places
that
to
is-
be, Keith.
That's one of my favorites bar in the whole world.
It's
Oh, you got to go to more bars. Yeah.
Well, I have to quote only when the Fantasy Football Expo is
Yeah.
going on.
Of course. Yeah, there you go.
Mauricio flies out there 3 times a year just to have a drink at that bar. He's like, oh, I know the
This
best
is it.
spot.
This
That's
is the
There's
spot.
this bartender who
Yeah.
takes about 40 minutes per drink and is rude to you the whole time. It's
Yeah.
great.
Actually, we have to
So
phone the
angry.
DoubleTree because we need more bartenders over there.
Yeah.
hopefully they get it ready this year.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or if it's one, not Keith.
Yeah.
Someone a little quicker.
Any improvement,
maybe.
please.
Yeah.
Just some urgency behind that bar.
So if you've never been to the Fantasy Football Expo, Canton, Ohio, you get to meet Keith. That's the only reason to go, really. So,
Yeah.
yeah. JL, you got that one right. You can send Simon wherever you would like him to go.
All right, let's send Simon to Facio como una, dos, tres.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
400. I'm going for the
All right.
lead.
Okay.
Okay. PPR fantasy points. Travis Kelce, Joe Burrow, CeeDee Lamb.
4 point per passing touchdown.
Sure.
Okay.
Usually indicate.
It is. Yeah, it is. 4
Okay.
points per
I
passing.
will go. This is freaking tough.
Yeah.
I've got the chat closed, just so you know. I've got a full screen. Can't see what they're doing down there. It's so tempting. Like every fiber of my being wants to put the quarterback at 1. Like every single ounce of my being wants to put the quarterback at 1. But is that the trick? Or is it a double trick? This is a 400-point question. Stop thinking about the trick. Think about the points. Think about the points, not about the Joey.
I did these questions so long ago, I don't remember the answers.
I'm going to go with...
I'm just as surprised as you.
Could be any of them.
Joe Burrow, CeeDee Lamb, Travis Kelce. No!
The correct answer is Joe Burrow, Travis
guy.
Kelce, CeeDee Lamb, which I'm really glad Joe Burrow's won because if it was 6 points per passing touchdown, I'm still okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to ask you guys about Joe Burrow. Where do you guys have him in your quarterback rankings? I've seen him as high as 3rd overall, but as low as 8th overall. So Mauricio, where do you have Joe Burrow?
I'm lower on Joe Burrow than the consensus because I really like Lamar Jackson a little bit more and also Justin Fields. I have him as my QB6.
Okay. All right.
Simon, where are you at? I'm right. Joe Burrow's in that range that Mauricio's talking about, but I put him almost even in a tier with Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert's ceiling this year is higher than Joe Burrow's with that new offensive coordinator in town, the weapons he has. That dude chucks the ball. Unlike I think Tom Brady and Justin Herbert are almost on like a separate tier of just chucking that ball around the past couple years. So I put him there in the Justin Herbert, right below the guys with the serious rushing upside, like Mauricio mentioned.
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields.
JL, I'm going to ask you the hard question specifically for you. You're on the clock. You want to take a quarterback. It's Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow. Who are you taking?
Man, they are neck and neck. You're talking for redraft, right?
Yes, redraft.
Yeah. For redraft, they are neck and neck. I'll give the edge to Lamar Jackson, and the reason for that is just the team maneuvers over this past offseason compared to Joe Burrow. I think both quarterbacks are going to be probably the same tier in redraft when it's all said and done. But I'll take the upside with Lamar Jackson, that rushing floor, and I'm going to put some money where my mouth is on this Baltimore offense.
Nice.
What did Mark Andrews have to say about Lamar's balls recently? Didn't he have like a quote about? Yeah, he said Lamar Jackson's balls look incredible, I believe. He said his balls are incredible was the direct quote from Mark Andrews about Lamar Jackson.
To the question nobody asked him.
Funny quote, but I to your point, JL, we are hearing positive reports about Lamar Jackson's passing, and I feel like he's not as bad as a passer statistically as people are. People try to paint him to be. If you go and look at the numbers,
right?
It's hard to disagree with that. It's hard for me to pick between those two guys. All right, so Simon, you whiffed big time.
Hey,
so
I whiffed
Mauricio,
little time. I was
no,
close.
you didn't whiff. You did good. You did good. So Mauricio, you get to pick your category and dollar amount.
Okay, I'm going to pick fácil como 1, 2, 3 for 300.
Okay. Total touchdowns: Jamal Williams, Tony Pollard, or Saquon Barkley.
Okay, so have to answer which player have
put them in order of 1, 2, 3.
Nerd. Okay. Oh man, I think Jamal Williams. He was a touchdown machine last season. Then Saquon Barkley, and in 3rd place Tony Pollard. Final answer.
Final answer.
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh. No.
It
was Jamal Williams, Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley. Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, no. I said Tony Pollard on 3rd place. Yeah.
Damn. I didn't realize Pollard had 12 total touchdowns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Now imagine without Ezekiel Elliott
in 2022.
Ladarius and Scampers in the chat both getting that one. Nice job. And Victor, was agreeing with you, Mauricio, on the same page
Yeah.
with Barkley just ahead of Pollard, but I think that's the order I would have put them in as well.
Yeah, Pollard has an amazing season. I just posted a video saying that Tony Pollard, for me, is the best pick you can do in round 2 in the draft.
Really?
I will endorse
Yeah.
that. I love that.
It seems like is that higher than his ADP is currently? Do you have to draft him around 2 to draft
I think
him?
it's at ADP. I think his ADP is like mid-second round. I think people is scary about his injury, but like it's like a bone injury. I think he's going to be 100% okay for week 1.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for them to re-sign Ezekiel Elliott. Like that's been where I've thought he was going to end up. The longer it waits, like I'm not sure how likely that outcome is anymore, and I might be rising on Pollard as well.
All right, let's see. Mauricio, you did not get that one right. So JL, you have free reign of the board.
Free reign of the board. All right, let's go with grab bag for 400.
Ooh.
Before toilet paper was available in the United States, this was commonly used for cleaning your private areas. Is it a newspaper, corn cobs, soaked cattle hides, or buckets of feathers? I really wanted to get through that without laughing.
All
I
right.
feel like I know this one for some reason.
I'll get out of chat. Let's break this down.
I feel like I've heard this. Also, Joe, while you're thinking, I had to shout out Case and said, your boy just finished junior year. Congratulations, Case, my friend. Congrats. Happy
Which
summer.
Junior year?
Either way, happy summer.
Congratulations. That is an awesome achievement.
Either good luck getting your driver's license or start job hunting.
Yeah. Or good luck. Things are about to speed up. Yeah. All right. Newspaper. That seems plausible. A little messy. I imagine the ink runs at times. So I could see that one. We'll put that to the side. Corn cobs. Can't imagine how anybody would have gotten there. But I could see it doing the trick. You know, it's got a weird, unconventional shape, but it might just work. Got a handle, just, I don't know. Soaked cattle hide seems really inefficient for toilet paper. Like you have to.
Honey, I have diarrhea. Slaughter the cow.
Slaughter the cow, dry out its meat, and soak it. Yeah, I don't think it's that one. And then buckets of feathers. I could see someone trying that, being like, you know what, maybe I'll just take it's just like toilet paper. I'll shred it up.
But they don't know what toilet paper is.
I think the problem with that one is it's like that was a punishment, tarring and feathering people. You're never getting those feathers out of your asshole. They just live there now.
And how are you going to? Where are you going to like the feathers from?
We don't know.
Which animal? How many feathers do you need to clean up all the mess?
It is hard to clump them. You need a lot to get that.
Well, there's different kinds. Like I'm a little broke, so I'm buying those pigeon feathers. Know what I mean? But if you're rich, you're wiping with 100% goose down.
Peacock feather. All right, I'm gonna go with. Let's go with corn cob.
I think you're right, JL.
The correct answer
really
is corn cob.
Yes, I knew it.
Yes,
nice.
They would have a bucket of dried corn cobs, and that's what they use to wipe their private areas. I have to tell you, I laughed my ass off coming up with buckets of feathers.
Do you think they go
visual? My wife's like, you need to stop laughing. It's not that funny, and I'm like, oh, but it is.
It is funny.
Do you think they go from the top down and spin, or do they go from the out in? Or bottom up?
No.
Well, I think this was before toilet paper, but after electricity, obviously. We all know the order in which things were invented.
Clearly. Yeah.
So there's those battery-powered corn holders that rotate the corn for you. That you just hold. So I think you would attach corn cob onto there, hold down there, and then just rinse off, throw it back in the bucket. Good to go.
Your butt just looks like Squidward's chin.
But the
it's
surface
perfectly
area,
polished.
Also, Scott Fish down here said corn cobs, not husks.
It said corn cobs.
And Skinner said the husks from the corn, not the cob.
A comment from Dustin. I'm not on this. I'm not going to do that. Loser has to try this. No way.
No way.
Loser has to wipe with a corn cob.
Last place punishment. That's a good one.
Also, Scott Fish in here came in and said, Dalvin Cook traded to the Dolphins is what I would announce if it were to happen, which it hasn't yet. So anyone who sees that message from Scott Fish, he's pulling your leg.
He got me.
He got me for a second too.
Yeah, I took my cell phone and was like, I need to see this by myself, but no, it hasn't happened.
JL, you need to get Simon on the board here. Where are you sending him?
All right, let's send Simon to mascots in Espanol.
500.
Oh,
49.
These are the 49ers.
That is correct. Good job, Simon.
If there's one area I could have succeeded in, it is numbers, because you need to know those to buy things.
right.
And that's important for doing anything. The very first thing you have to learn is a number.
49 pesos. Yeah, 49,
exactly.
49 pesos. Yeah.
Simon, where are you sending Mauricio?
Mauricio, let's send you to the one category we haven't gone to yet. NFL in Mexico.
Let's go.
How much?
400.
Okay.
Let's go.
There
big.
will sadly be no international game played in Mexico City during the 2023 season due to the renovation of this stadium where the games are usually played.
Ah, man, this is really hard. Estadio Azteca, of course.
That is correct.
Wow, Joe, your plan to make a game centered around a language you don't speak for a guest who speaks that language is
but
JL,
I do know that Simon do this for
JL, you can totally respond Azteca Stadium and that's it.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be correct. And by the way, the Estadio Azteca renovations haven't started yet.
Oh yeah,
they haven't.
They haven't.
So it might be another year out without a game there.
I don't want to be.
We won't say it. We'll cross our fingers and hope in 2024 we get a game there.
Hopefully 2024 we'll have a game here.
That is a bucket list sports experience.
It's amazing.
Is a game there.
Yeah, the last game over there against 49ers and Cardinals, it was really, really amazing. The vibes. It was the full stadium, everyone enjoying the game. It started raining just by the kickoff. It was
That's
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, really, really awesome.
We got Scott Fish in here saying, out of all my friends named JL is easily
Let's
my
go.
favorite.
101, baby.
Congratulations, JL. We got Dame in here saying, hey, y'all. What's up, Dame? Glad to have you here. And Dame took down Ladarius for the first time in Fantasy Football Pub Trivia yesterday on the Better Cast. It was a neck-and-neck race at the end. She won by 10 points. It came down to the last question to pull out that W. Nice job, Dame.
All right. Mauricio, you got that one right. Where are you sending JL?
We're going to NFL in Mexico.
Let's go. All right. NFL in Mexico. Let's go with 300.
300. All right. When NFL teams visit Mexico City for the International Series games, they play at 7,380 feet above sea level, which is 2,100 feet higher than the NFL's highest elevated stadium where this team plays.
It's the Broncos. What's the name? Broncos Stadium. Oh my God.
I think they're asking for the team.
Yeah, the team. So if you
then the Broncos.
Yep. That's all I needed. I didn't need the city or anything. Yep. Denver Broncos. Good job, JL. You're breaking out to a nice little lead here, buddy.
Buen trabajo, JL.
Jail's just been quietly complaining about the game in Spain. Stop beating us the entire time.
Right. Yeah, I know. He's the lead by far.
How are we feeling about Sean Payton coming in to coach this Broncos team? Do we think they improve or where they were last year? I mean, it's pretty easy to say that, but how much will we see them improving?
I think I'm detaching myself from expectations because for fantasy purposes, I'm not sure how much it matters. The players I'm going to draft anyways, and they're already of value. Jerry Jeudy's already going later than I think he should. Russell Wilson's already going later than I think he should. So I don't really care if it's the same Broncos that showed up last year, because if Jerry Jeudy does what he did last year where he's being drafted, I'm probably cool with that. That being said, there's some optimism with no expectation attached to it. There is a brand new coach with big name power attached to it, with a high caliber quarterback. Maybe you draft these guys and it unlocks, but I love drafting these Broncos players in fantasy this year.
Awesome. Kaysen saying that he thinks the Broncos will be going undefeated this year.
Undefeated.
Kaysen, if that happens, I will do you know what with a corn cob. So.
Gotta go to summer school, Kaysen.
And then I'll lick it.
Whoa!
We also got Herms in the chat. Said, "Oh, hi, Joey, and everyone else."
Hey, Herms.
And
buddy.
you don't know, it's Herm's birthday, or it was Herm's birthday. It is Herm's birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños, Herm.
What's up, Herms? Happy birthday, my friend.
Should we sing in Spanish? That was a bad idea. I should have
Feliz
said that out loud.
cumpleaños aquí.
Close. Close.
Happy birthday here.
Happy birthday here. Happy birthday here. Happy birthday here.
I remember I went to a Atlanta Braves Florida Marlins game down in South Florida, and I didn't speak Spanish at that point. I think I was like in 7th grade, and they kept saying Feliz cumpleaños, and I'm like, who is Feliz cumpleaños? Like, what position does he play in the field? And then then I finally realized. I didn't know.
I love your anecdotes, man.
It's true. So I might have changed the age that I was, though, to make it sound a little more innocent.
It was like, before I spoke Spanish. I still don't now, but before I did too.
No, terrible. Who got that right? We're going off the rails here. I need to reel it in. JL, you got that right.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm proud of you. I gave you your points. Simon, where is Simon going to be picking a question from?
Let's send Simon to both of the premios.
Do it.
300.
Oh,
He wanted it. He wanted it so bad.
Yeah. The voices behind what two iconic animated lovebirds were wed in real life in 1991? Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Babs and Bugs Bunny, or Rick and Morty?
It was not Rick and Morty. I'm fairly confident in that. But Joey, Mickey and Minnie are mice, and Babs and Bugs are bunnies. None of these are birds.
It's a good point. So there's no point. There's no hint.
Not a single one of these are birds. I don't know. I feel like I know more about the mouses, and I would have heard this at some point. So I'm going to guess the bunnies, Babs and Bugs. Final answer.
Okay.
No!
Wow. Mickey and Minnie Mouse.
Wow.
How come no one's ever told me that before?
I don't know.
Doesn't that seem like something someone should have told me? Hey,
probably.
The voices of those characters were married.
That was knowledge I did not have before last week.
I'm upset with every person I've ever interacted with while Mickey Mouse has been in our vicinity. Or Minnie. I have a shirt with Mickey Mouse on it, and no one said that to me.
I think they should have, Simon. I think you should file a complaint with the Walt Disney Company. They have enough to deal with Ron DeSantis right now, but I'm sure they'll take your call. Mauricio, you have free reign of the board. Where do you want to go, buddy?
Great. I need 400 to tie JL at the top. And I don't want to guess where donde está Carson Wentz. So give me mascots en español for 400, please.
All right. Halcones Marinos.
Seahawks.
That is correct. That is the Seahawks.
Yeah.
That was my favorite
Halcones Marinos de Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That one really threw me off
because giving it away.
All I could think of was Dan Marino, and I was like, that's surely not how you say dolphin.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I thought it looked like Falcons, and then Marino's like, that's the water. So, water falcon. That's a Seahawk. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maria,
good process.
Really well.
Maria and I were vacationing in Costa Rica many years ago. We were out on this a deep sea fishing boat with my family. We saw some dolphins over there. Like, oh, that's cool. How do you say dolphin in Spanish? So we turned to the guy and we're like, hey, how do you say dolphin in Spanish? He turns to us and he's like, delfin. We were like, okay.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Delfin. My $100.
I can make that work.
I don't know if that's it.
And Victor coming in clutch as well. Delphine as dolphins.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job. Also, in Kaysen said, this is bogus. I was in Spanish class for 2 weeks and I didn't learn any of it. Well, you need another 2 weeks, Kaysen. Head on back.
Yeah. Pre-transfer.
My favorite one, because I was looking through them all, was the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're named for that, but you wouldn't have got it. Mauricio, do you know what is it? It starts with an A?
Yeah. Acereros.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool name.
Acereros de Pittsburgh. It's Steelers. Yeah. Acereros is the men that do steel, that los que hacen acero, acereros.
Oh,
yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, I thought that name was.
That would have been a good.
Man, I'd like a T-shirt with that name.
They have no right for their name to sound that cool.
All right. So JL got that right. Where are you going to send? Or no, Mauricio got that right.
Yeah. I'm
So
going
where are
to
you sending
send JL to ¿Dónde está Carson Wentz?
Oh, yes, 500.
Okay.
¿Dónde está Carson Wentz?
Joey, that's like 3 inches big. Not even 3 inches. That's 1 inch big on my screen.
I can't zoom in.
That,
You pinch to zoom? You have a trackpad?
is that the SNL kit? Is it the SNL set?
JL. That is correct. That's Studio 8H at 30 Rockefeller Plaza, which is this SNL stage. Good job.
It's either that or the Friends Coffee Shop.
JL, those were the exact same thoughts I had. I was sitting there like, I don't remember the Friends Coffee Shop having so many things in it.
Yeah. I go through the door to the Friends Coffee Shop.
It looks like a church to me.
Church.
Same thing. Friends Coffee Shop, church, SNL.
That was a good pull there, JL. How do you feel about SNL this year, JL?
Oh, I feel same as I do every year. It's probably not going to see it.
Awesome. All right. Where are you going to send Simon?
Let's send Simon to Mascots in Espanol.
Okay. Give me 300. I'm feeling all right.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
This is obviously the New Orleans. I'm just kidding. The New York Giants.
The New Orleans
Giants.
You see, Spanish is not that difficult, man.
It's not.
It's not that difficult.
I thought this one was interesting because Titans was like, man, it might be kind of close. It might throw someone off, but
Titans is even easier, I think, because it's Titanes.
I know, but I'm not allowed to put that word on the screen anymore. So, yeah. One too many times, Joey. All right. How do we feel about the Giants this year? NFC East. Tough division.
I think they're going to be really quite a good team this year. We saw the progress that Daniel Jones had with Brian Dable, and I'm really excited. I know there's like no wide receiver, one alpha weapon for him, but there's Darren Waller and Saquon Barkley showed his talent last year. I really like this offense.
This offense is one that I find hard to I don't feel super confident in my predictions. And when I look deeper into that, I think the root of the issue is that I don't know whether I fully buy into Dable. I think I do. I think I see the moves, and I think I see the talent in Dable, the decision-making that I want to see from an NFL coach.
Okay.
I don't know if he has all the pieces around him to make that offense super fantasy relevant this year. But I'm fairly confident in taking that bet that Dable will be able to do it over time. So it might happen this season, but I also wouldn't be super surprised if they aren't able to put it all together this season.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Awesome. All right. So let's see who got that one right. Oh,
was that Simon?
Did Simon? Yeah. So
Simon's power cut out, so he will be back shortly. So Mauricio, you could pick your own category here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would love to do mascot in Espanol, but for 100, no, it doesn't really help me. Yeah, I'm going to be with NFL in Mexico for 500.
Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. I think it was one.
That's Carson Wentz at the DoubleTree bar. Points for me.
Two teams are tied for the most wins in Mexico all time with 2 wins apiece. Name them both. They are also the last 2 teams to win the Super Bowl for their shared conference.
They were the last 2 teams to win the Super Bowl for their shared conference. I know one of them are the 49ers. The other one is... So the last 2 teams to win the Super Bowl for their shared conference. And the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm sorry, it's the Chiefs.
Oh, the Patriots. Yes, of course. They came to Mexico with Tom Brady that year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they both teams have 2 wins. And I believe the Chiefs will be playing in Mexico when they have the next international series.
That would be awesome. We would love to have the
that would
Chiefs.
be great.
Do you know that actually in Mexico, the Patriots have a top 5 fan base over here?
Really?
Yeah, it's really, it's really like surprising, but it makes sense because all the kids from the 90s, the 200s, the 2000s,
2000s, yeah.
that were like watching every year
Like
win the
Super Bowls.
Patriots.
Yeah.
That's the fan base, and it's going to happen with the Chiefs. Like probably in 5-6 years, the Chiefs is going to have a huge fan base over here.
What are the top 3 fan bases in Mexico?
Steelers, Cowboys, Vaqueros, and probably Dolphins.
Dolphins. Oh,
Yeah.
Dolphins are top 3 everywhere, I feel
Man,
like.
it's those colors and that damn logo.
No.
It's so
Yeah.
appealing. How do you look at that playful dolphin with a football helmet in blue and orange and not fall
Just
in
want
love?
to swim.
You
There was
just
an
want to
art-
swim.
There was an article I found that broke down just how large that Steelers fan base is in Mexico. It's pretty amazing.
huge.
How large is it?
Huge. It's really, really huge.
3?
Yeah. They every year the Steelers made a draft pick over here, and it's like jam pack of people rooting for those Steelers. It's really, really great.
All right.
I was going to say that's awesome, and I will say that's awesome, but it took me a second because I don't like the Steelers. But
Yeah.
JL Mauricio missed that one. So you get to pick your category and dollar amount.
All right, let's go with Donde está Carson Wentz 400. Niagara Falls.
Donde está Carson Wentz?
Over a barrel.
That's correct.
Under bush.
JL is running away with this game. Going to try to break that record that Craig's going to be
How do you
tracking
get in
for
that
us.
barrel?
I don't know.
That's like
That's
a live shot from Carson Wentz last season, like for the past 3 years.
Also,
Okay.
he's like shoulder to shoulder in that thing. So I can only imagine that his legs are all crunched up at the bottom.
he's on his knees.
no, it's about how tall.
It's a pretty tall barrel.
And it goes outward through the back.
All right, JL, you got that correct by correctly identifying where Carson Wentz was. Where are you going to send Simon?
Let's send him a grab bag.
500.
Yes. Which one of these luchador names did I make up?
Yes.
Dr. Wagner Jr., Psycho Clown, El Generico, Testosterone, La Parca, Psychosis, Electro, El Hijo, El Kingo, and Penta El Phoenix. Oh,
I love it.
such a great
This
question.
is the worst kind of question because I have very slight knowledge. Know what I mean? Like if I had no knowledge, this would be perfect. But I know like 3 luchadors. You know what I mean? Like those, like not a lot, but something. So now I'm sitting here thinking, like, God, if I would have just watched one more special, man, if I would have read one more article, if I would have paid a little more attention at the event I went to.
I don't know that I've ever seen a Dr. Junior before.
Can't stop laughing at this, man.
Dr. Wagner Jr. is hilarious. And
Dr. Junior.
Joey, if you came up with Dr. Jr., I'm going to just, you win. So I'm not counting that one. I feel like Psycho Clown is real, though maybe that's the I just know of clown themed people, and Joey's playing on that to make me think that Psycho Clown is one of them. Testosterone sounds so fake,
So good.
but it also sounds
That
fake
could be
enough
real.
that like it has to be a bit.
I mean, they're all fake.
Okay, but real fake. I'm gonna go with Electro. I think it's 200. That laugh tells me I'm wrong.
No, that was my favorite one of them all. Correct answer is Penta El Phoenix.
Yeah.
I just
I
took
would've went with.
Penta. I took Penta and Ray Phoenix and smashed them together. Those are 2 actual
Yeah.
luchadors. But the rest of these are absolutely real. And I believe, Mauricio, your favorite luchador of all time is Dr. Wagner Jr.
Dr. Wagner Jr. Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually lost his mask against Psycho Clown.
Oh,
Like-
did he really?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago.
How's he going to practice medicine now?
Like
Oh,
his father was Dr. Wagner, the original, and I think he wasn't even a doctor. Like there, it's all made up.
Wait a
But-
minute.
Just
He's-
wait for the 3rd.
The mask Cero Miedo. Jay Felicia knows Penta Cero Miedo. Penta Cero Miedo is the luchador, and Phoenix is the other one. The one I really how in hell do you name yourself testosterone? Like
It's on the list.
testosterone.
I was surprised too.
Man,
That's a high
It was
TD.
there.
Yeah, I know he's there, but El
but,
Genérico, the generic. Who you are? I'm the generic one. Okay, cool.
You know who El Generico is? Sami Zayn. That was his luchador name. Yep.
I know.
But no, when I saw Electro, like that's a beautiful name. But no, Penta Phoenix is not the right one. I'm sorry. That's a fun category.
That's okay. I like that category. And if you're in Mexico City for the Scott Fishbowl live draft and there is a live luchador event and you can make it to Friday Night Lucha, I've never been to a wrestling event in my life, and that was top 3 sporting events I've ever been to, period. It was so much fun.
You just gave me an idea, like to do a trip to the Lucha Libre on Friday, one day before the live draft.
Bring everyone in and you take a lot of Lucha Libre.
That would be amazing.
God,
I'm going to Mexico.
Right, I'm going.
I'm going next year.
Actually, Joey, you and I have a commitment that's going some year to Triple Mania in Mexico City.
It's on my bucket list. That and the
man.
Tokyo Dome.
I know.
In Japan, like those are my 2 wrestling events that I'm going to do before I die. So yeah. Okay, that's all the wrestling I'm allowed to talk.
Sam said Greg and Grimfan said best question on FYF ever. And Gemma in here saying she wants to see everybody with all the masks on. That would be a ton of fun.
Canton, Ohio. We can do it.
Everybody's
with mask.
Can you imagine walking into that hotel filled with people in luchador masks?
Filled with 100 fantasy nerds wearing luchador masks.
This is a fantasy football convention.
We can make it happen. Yeah, where's the fantasy football convention going?
All right, Mauricio, you got to make a comeback here. You get to pick.
I'm going with. I need the most points I can have, so let's go. Fácil como 1, 2, 3 for 500.
The 2023 NFL draft order, so the order they were taken in: Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson, and Jordan Addison. This is tough.
I should know this question, but I don't know it. Oh man, this wide receiver class, it's like not so enthusiastic that I really don't know the order. But I'm going to say, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnson. Zay Flowers was 19. Okay.
Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, actually.
Yeah.
Them all being in
there in the one middle. After another. 21, 22, 23.
Yep. That's why it was 500. It was tricky. Sorry about that, guys.
I keep thinking there was one more in that bunch as well. Like I keep thinking there's a 5th one in that stretch, but there is not.
Dr. Wagner the 5th.
Yeah.
Dr. Wagner the 5th.
All right, JL, free reign of the board.
All right, let's go with Donde Está Carson Wentz for 200.
You love that category, man.
I love it so
You love it.
Donde Está Carson Wentz?
Do you want the city or the building?
Either or.
I believe that's the Empire State Building in New York City.
That's correct. Well done, JL. All right, where's Simon going?
Simon is going to Grab Bag.
200.
You mean Bolsa dos Premios? Yes, 200. All right. True or false? You have to have a permit to have a monkey as a pet in Florida.
They don't have permits in Florida.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I'm not sure it says anything in the Bible about.
I don't remember.
So I think you're just allowed to have them in Florida. So I'll say no. You don't need a permit to have a monkey in Florida.
True. You do.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. So there's like a monkey pet commission over there in Florida?
I guess so. They're busy.
One guy.
One guy,
yeah.
It's just Greg. It's the guy Scampers brought up earlier.
All right, I think we have time for one more round. So, Mauricio, you have free reign of the board.
Let's go with. Should we wipe the mascots in Espanol? Yeah, 100. I'm not going to win this one, so go. Let's go with that.
Yeah, Mike.
I want to answer. Yeah.
Bengals.
That's really hard. Also, it's the Cincinnati Bengals.
That is correct.
And quick anecdote: my brother-in-law was out of town like for 1 week, and Gemma and I were looking for their child, and we were like from the little one, we started to how you say stick the Panini album, the NFL Panini album.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I love this team with the stripes and what are they called?" And I was like, "The Bengals." But your father is going to be mad at you if you root for that team. And he was like, he's like 5 years, and he was like, "Yeah, I know that he loves the 49ers, something like that, but I don't care. I'm going with the Bengals." And now he's rooting for the Bengals.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I can't blame them. Those uniforms.
I know.
God, they're sick.
And I was like, yeah, you should root for that team. They're awesome, and they have a really, really great offense.
Yeah, they do. The white hot Bengals.
Yeah.
All right. So you got that right, Mauricio? So send Dale to his next category.
Okay, let's go with
You're
NFL
going,
Mexico.
NFL Mexico.
No more Donde Está Carson Wentz for him.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right. The first NFL game played in Mexico was on August 5th, 1978. Name the losing team that day, who was the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs in 2022.
I did not read the year at all, and I was just solely going based off of like teams I remember that I played in Mexico. I wasn't born then, so I'm going to go with...
You guys hear that thunder?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs in 2022, they were an NFC playoffs team. But they played in Mexico in 1978.
Yes, they lost that day.
Okay. Let's go with the Eagles.
That is correct, sir.
You got it right. It was Eagles Saints.
The chat went.
I
was like, I'm sure the chat knows.
Yes, it was Eagles Saints.
Yeah, Eagles versus Saints. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun little fact. So I talk shit about the Eagles, and then I say something nice about them. So that's how we do that here.
Name another NFC playoff team that isn't the Eagles.
LMNOP.
49ers.
Yeah, but...
All right. Simon, JL gets to pick your category.
Simon, I'm going to send you to...
Sherbrooke.
Let's go to NFL Mexico.
Okay. 100.
I'm glad we get to put this one up here. Super Bowl letters was seen by over 20 million people in Mexico, making Mexico the second largest market worldwide for the NFL. Who won that Super Bowl last year?
That's a tricky question.
Was it 52? Is that 62? 52.
This is the most recent one?
57. Yeah, last
57.
year's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The team that won the most recent Super Bowl. Does anyone ever get put on the spot and go into full panic mode and forget the most basic facts that you know? I watched that whole game. It's what we dedicate our lives to for 9 months. And I'm sitting here and I know it, but I'm mixing the years up. Okay, this Super Bowl was in Arizona, I think.
Right?
It was in Arizona. And the teams that played in it, there was some good narratives in this Super Bowl. The Bills did not make it. This is pathetic. The Chiefs.
Correct answer is
nice. You got that.
It just came to me. All
Los Jefes de Kansas City.
Los Jefes de Kansas City.
Bosses of Kansas City.
All right. Ooh. I think that is going to do it for that. So I think we're going to do Final Jeopardy. But I think JL's built himself a lead that he can't lose.
Aha!
Just watch him. He can. He just has to not be smart.
I am now king of Mexico City.
You're the king of Jeopardy, man.
I'm the king of Jeopardy.
Getting the
question. What is our category to write down our wager?
Category will be 2022 quarterbacks.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we have to put out the number?
The wager, yeah. How much of your 1,100 you would like to bet here? It's a gamble. To put on the line. And what's at risk? Second place. Second place is at risk. Unless JL blunders. Also, Joey, can you click on that last Carson Wentz picture real quick? I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's...
baguette, oui.
That's Vegas, right?
Yep. Las Vegas Reno.
Yeah. All right. What was this? The $100. Oh, what day is it?
What day is it?
I'll save that one because that one could change.
Tuesday.
All All right, so are we good?
Did
Ready for the
you
question?
say you wrote
Yeah.
this game a while ago?
Yeah,
That
we gotta
question
do-
could be a problem.
Well, I knew what day we were playing.
That's true.
We gotta give our wagers.
Let's do it.
Oh, give your wagers. I'm not going to write them down. Oh, JL.
He's going for the high score.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, there you
I
go.
want the glory. I want
80.
history.
800.
I have to do math now. I didn't plan on it. Okay. We'll figure it out.
Get out your TI-89.
All right. So here's the question. Hope I did this right.
God, this is a mistake.
Which one of these quarterbacks did not have over 30 passing touchdowns? Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, or Joe Burrow? And I should say it's 30 touchdowns or less. I apologize. Or more.
Sorry, it was who?
He was just saying that this is 30 inclusive, not 30 exclusive. So one of these guys has 30.
Can you name
it's
the
one of
people
them
again?
did
'Cause I
not
can't-
have it.
I can't see them.
One of
anywhere.
them doesn't.
Geno
throw
Smith,
for
Kirk
30
Cousins, or Joe
passing
Burrow?
touchdowns. Okay.
And we're looking at passing touchdowns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drawing a little picture.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah. It's not an easy one between two of those QBs.
Okay.
All right. Reveal your answers if you have them.
Yeah.
Why am I so big?
Joe Burrow. JL says Kirk Cousins, and Mauricio says
Where do you go? Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Well, I will tell you that two people on the screen are right. Now, is it the right answer, or is one of you right and the other one is Joey right?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
okay,
no. JL
that
Mauricio
could
got
be.
it right. JL, you're the winner today. Congratulations.
Oh my God. I'm so mad at the way that you
Congrats,
revealed that,
JL.
JL. That was awesome. For Joey. Guys, that is going to be it for us today. I want to give a big thanks to our friend Mauricio for taking the time to come on with us.
Mauricio.
Everybody, if you have not done so already, make sure you head on over to Twitter and follow him at M Gutierrez NFL and check out the work he's doing over there with NFL Fantasy and Espanol and Estadio Fantasy. That is going to be it for us today. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football game show fun coming up right after this here on BSN. We've got Better Sports Betting with Dan Servadidio and John Impemba. We'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more games. Thank you again, Mauricio. Thank you, everybody in the chat, and enjoy the rest of your day. Adios, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Yes.
I butchered all those pronunciations.
Yeah, you did.
You're going to have to work on that.
We
It was
did.
kind
A
of
little
it was a
Yeah.